Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today we're going to look at a dragon. Now, just in general, I really like black powder weapons. Just something about that combination of very big damage and very slow reloads really appeals to me. And I got one, a really good one. It dropped from an event the other day from a legendary enemy. So this is the one I received the other day. It is Aristocrats, which gives you bonus damage based on the amount of caps that you have. The maximum is 50%, and that's where we're sitting. It has plus 50% chance to hit a target in VATS, which is my favorite second star on black powder weapons, just because they reload after every shot, and the reloads are painfully slow. So I want to make sure I don't miss. I want every shot to count, so I want that VATS hit chance. And that third star, again, it's my favorite third star, faster reload speed. The reloads are very slow, even with that extra bonus reload speed, so any little bit helps. Now, for the build, I've got, let's see, what does this character have? I have a bunch of extra special points, and I have follow through, but follow through is not going to do anything, I don't think, for the most part, because, not because we're not going to be sneaking, but because most things will die in one hit, so there is no follow through. But it is a rifleman. Now, I don't have all the rifleman perks maxed out. I've got rank 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, rank 1, 2, and 3. I also have tank killer. Tank Killer is another one. I'm not positive that's going to do a lot for us either, just because our damage is so high. We'll probably overwhelm their armor anyway, but we're still going to run that. But to help out with the reloads, that's the reason the Rifleman perks are not maxed out. We have Ground Pounder maxed out for 30% faster reloads. They're still going to be slow, but 30% is nice. And I do run Party Boy because I'll be doing Sweetwater Special Blend. We are wearing a full set of Unyielding. This is a low health character, so our perception is quite high, but we'll make it higher still. Nerd Rage, which will give us a little bit of extra damage. We have Adrenaline. I don't know if that's going to come into effect that much. I mean, the reloads are very slow, so going from enemy to enemy, yeah, I don't know if Adrenaline's going to do that much for us in this case. It might. And this is a critical build, so we'll be using Critical Savvy and better criticals. The damage is really high, so again, on a lot of cases, the extra critical damage isn't that important. But the nice thing about critical hits is they are guaranteed hits. And so that makes a big difference. And because we have a low health character and unyielding armor, our luck is at 33. So we should be able to crit every other shot. So for mutations, I have to have Speed Demon. That gives faster reloads and we need all the help we can get. I am using Herbivore. Eagle Eyes for extra perception and extra critical hit damage. Bird Bones for extra agility, which gives us, I mean, we're not going to worry about the extra AP, but it should help us be a little bit stealthier. This is a loud weapon, so if we can sneak, that will be very helpful. And we have Adrenal Reaction, which gives us extra weapon damage at low health. For foods, I try to keep it simple, so I have Company Tea for extra AP regen. Sweet Fruit Tea, you could use Blight Soup for the same bonus. Blight Soup is a lot easier to craft, but it only lasts 30 minutes instead of 60. And Sweetwater Special Blend give us that extra 12 perception. So yeah, with our Unyielding Armor and the Sweetwater Special Blend, our perception's at 45. Combine that with the bonus VATS hit chance on the weapon, and we should be able to hit most things, we should be able to hit most of the time, rather. So I do have a jetpack on this character. My goal is going to be to try and use the terrain. Let's see if we could just do a critical hit. Yeah, one hit. Try and use the terrain to stay out of fire. The biggest threat, honestly, to a black powder weapon is staggering. So there are not really going to be a lot of melee attackers here, at least at this location, but you definitely want to avoid staggers as much as possible, just because, yeah, this thing just does massive damage. Just because every time, I mean, you can see how long the reloads take. Even with all those buffs, it still takes a bit. And if you get interrupted during that reload at all, you just start all over again. Oh, there's a Gutsy over there. Now, even though this isn't a legacy dragon with the 400, oh, and now we're in danger from something. So let's just back away, keep away from the, let's see, there we go. Sneak attacks do make a difference. So there's a case where we're not one-hitting things. But if I can use cover while I reload, there we go. Still in danger from something. Probably a Protectron in there. That's usually what's in there, is a Protectron, and this is a critical, so we should be able to, yep, get him taken care of. But you can see, yeah, using cover, using whatever. I think that's why I like these weapons so much, is it kind of forces you to actually have a strategy instead of just running in and just blasting away, because that just doesn't work here. You run in and blast away, yeah, you're going to kill one thing, but then the next few things are going to stagger you, interrupt your reloads. Okay, so there is a cultist here somewhere, but we have sneak attacks now, so sneak attack should be one hits on pretty much everything. So you can sneak. I mean, having really high agility definitely makes a difference. The armor that I'm wearing, it's a mix of Secret Service and Brotherhood Recon. So there's no shadowed option. That would be kind of an interesting experiment, but none of the shadowed, or none of the, what is it? None of the armors that allow a jetpack have the shadowed mod. So there are only three basic armor, well, 3 armors outside of power armor that give you a jetpack option, and they do not have shadowed as an option. Darn it. And that's another problem. You have a hit chance and they move slightly and the hit chance goes to 0, and now we got to spend 5 minutes reloading. There we go. But so far, as long as we're able to stay hidden, we're okay. I mean, caution's fine. Danger's a problem, but caution's okay. Oh, there's something in there. I think there's a door around here that's just open all the time. Yeah, let's, thruster's the way you want to go on that one. But these are fun. Like when you're doing something like this, these kind of weapons are really fun. Just kind of moving slowly, doing your own thing. It's when you're in an event that these kind of weapons, for the most part, you have to be really dedicated. Now, a regular black powder rifle that had the same combination of effects would actually reload, I think, quite a bit quicker. The dragon is just so slow. Yeah, the dragon does big damage, but you do pay for that damage. Not only does the reload take forever, but it also wears out really quickly. It wouldn't surprise me if I have to repair this. Now, I repaired it right before I started recording, so I was at 160%. It would not surprise me. There's something somewhere. I don't know where it is, though. It wouldn't surprise me if I had to repair this before I'm done with this little run. Oh, there he is. That's the one I was hearing. Okay. Choose that jetpack. There we go. Now, super mutants are probably the best enemy when it comes to VATS hit chance, just because their heads tend to be such small targets. And let's see, I have a critical, but I'm not going to use it. I shouldn't need it, so we'll save it up for another enemy. But super mutants have such tiny targets, their heads and VATS, which you would think a creature that's that large wouldn't have such a... Yeah, I'm trying to be strategic here, so don't really need to for these 2 enemies, but it's kind of fun. I just put the jetpack on this armor, so figure I might as well make use of it. And there's another, okay, he was not at 95%, so we made use of our critical right there, and there's a dog somewhere. Oh, okay, so the dog went through the gate without actually opening it the first time, or closed it behind him. I don't know, he could be a really well-trained dog. But you can see it's so loud. Normally you can kill stuff right there, well, with a suppressed weapon, and don't get detected. They'll do a little bit of blind firing, but we'll be okay. And just like that, we're hidden. Must have been nothing. Can just hear him thinking that to himself. Okay, so here's where we're gonna try and use the terrain a little bit, because usually we have one in there that either has a missile launcher or a grenade launcher or something. Problem is getting hits on those things in the building from that high up. But this is kind of fun. I mean, I do like it is kind of a challenge to try and sneak with, you know, with something like this. And yeah, I have a critical hit queued up, but we're still, there we go. We're still reloading. So there's that. Sometimes you have to find the fun. Okay, a minigun. We don't, okay, we'll be okay. Boom, you're dead. Yeah, as long as we can get in a sneak attack, and we're still in caution. Now, I think we have a crit queued up, so those priests are really tough, but this should be a 1-hit. Yeah, nice. All right, we got a nice line of sight down there, and we'll take care of the first one. Uh-oh, I fell through, okay. Apparently that roof, part of that roof was an illusion. All right, so if we're up here, we're okay. If we are, there we go, critical hit takes care of him. That's kind of interesting. I've never been on this roof before. So part of this roof isn't actually there. It's just an illusion. So this is a spot where if I get detected, Mirelurks shouldn't be a problem, but the Kings might be. They don't tend to go down in 1 hit with most things. So definitely would make use of rooftops at this location. But usually there's a Mirelurk King. There's one over there. It's level 75. Okay, so we took a lot of his health, but not all of his health. Maybe it's a range thing. I don't know. But it was a sneak attack, so actually follow through probably did something in that case. So there's a spot where it was helpful. Still use cover. The regular Mirelurk should not be a problem. I know it's not as exciting if I'm in cover, but when we handle that Mirelurk Queen, was that a 1-hit? How about that? But that was only a level 60. That was a 1-hit. But when we deal with the Mirelurk Queen, all the little minions are a very big pain. What do we have? Blood Eagle? That should not be a problem. All right, there is the Mirelurk Queen, and we are going to retreat to the safety of our rooftop. Now let's see if we can cripple those spouts, because that would be very nice. I'm not really sure what the poison resistance on this character is. I don't play it enough to be Okay, so the spouts are crippled, so that should mean no more poison coming our way. At least that's what it should mean. We'll see if that's an actual truthful statement or not. There we go. Oh, wow, the damage on her is nice, but yeah, she's, we're definitely in danger, and she's definitely upset. So we're gonna have to use cover, but this can be an effective method. You either need, marsupial or a jetpack, or a jetpack. She's doing something. I don't think that cripple's actually very accurate. I think that's a lie. Ooh, yeah, she's, she knows where we are. And, yeah, something's happening with that. I don't know what that is. There we go. And, oh, and she's dead. Okay, so I'm in danger still from something, but she was the main target. It's time to try and shoot a dragon out of the sky. Now, unfortunately here, there's no high places that I could do. So this is just one of those things where as soon as I start shooting, and I don't have a critical hit, too bad, which would have been kind of nice. But as soon as I start shooting, there's going to be a lot of scorched. And it doesn't matter if you stay hidden or not. They just know where you are because of reasons. So, is he close? Is she close enough? No. Sometimes that happens. You come around and they are fighting something else and they don't care about you at all. So, critical hit, and that didn't seem like it did any damage at all. That health bar seems like it's kind of the same, but that's okay. If we could just take pot shots from far, there we go. We are whittling the health a little bit. I think range is affecting things. But this should be a critical hit. She's a lot closer, so yeah. There we go. That's the kind of damage I was looking for. And there you have it, the dragon. I think these things are so much fun. If you ever get lucky enough to get a drop like this, definitely give it a try. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit one of the buttons, and I hope you'll join me in the next one. Thank you very much.